Welcome back to the podcast, Bobby. I am excited for this one. We've got a doozy. You know, we have been on a bit of a tear here. You know, we did Jaws, Alien, and then The Godfather, which got us to thinking, all right, this Godfather movie was, we're not breaking any news here, was way better than we had remembered. We were too hard on it. But immediately after doing it, you texted me and you said, well, what's better, Goodfellas or The Godfather? And I think we both just said, well, it's time to watch it, rewatch it again, because you don't want to let too much time go by. Rewatch Goodfellas. You have texted me. You're like, all right, where do you stand? I said, let's leave it for the pod. So let's just, there's no better place to start than, Bob. Most people, when it comes down to it, love The Godfather, love Goodfellas. Compare them for me, Bobby.
It's like comparing oil and water. They're not even in the same ballpark. They're not even the same type of movie. Yes, they are about the mob and the Italian mob specifically, but it's two different generations. It's two completely different filmmakers. I mean, Martin Scorsese is, I mean, it's almost like, this is almost like a Marvel movie. It's like a comic book movie. I mean, Jimmy, Tommy, and Henry are just the superhero versions of Sonny, Michael, and Vito. It's just so two totally different movies. It's impossible to compare the two. They're not comparable. Would you agree with that? Like it's totally not comparable. Great.
Yeah.
Now I love it. I was more excited to watch this. I was more excited to watch these scenes. I had literally 7 pages of notes on this movie. So I think this is more memorable for me. It's more rewatchable 1,000 times. If they're both on TV, I'm watching Goodfellas 10 out of 10 times of Godfather. But they're just so totally different that I don't even think it's fair to compare the two of saying what's a better mob movie.
I think that's a good way of putting it. I would agree, Bob. They're like two totally different things. It's like if I said to you, what's a better movie, Schindler's List or E.T.? You'd probably look at me and be like, well, what are you talking about? Those aren't comparable. And I feel that way about these two. The Marvel thing is a good comparison. I think I thought this when I was watching The Godfather. I felt like Scorsese watched that movie as a young filmmaker and said, this is what I want to do. But I can't just do this, right? This has been done. This has been peaked. It's never going to get any better than a serious drama about the rise to power in the mafia. He just said, I'm going to make a wildly entertaining movie that is funny. I'm going to take Clemenza and Luca Brasi and make them the stars of the show. And that's what he's done with Goodfellas. And you're right. I'd still lean towards Goodfellas if you're going to point a gun at my head and say, which mafia movie are you going to watch? I just think Goodfellas is endlessly entertaining. The definition of good, I could see where people go, well, The Godfather's a quote-unquote better movie. Maybe the script's better. Maybe this is better. Maybe it's better acted. Goodfellas is just entertaining as hell, and I think that's where I come down on it.
Yeah, I can remember watching this movie. The first time I think I ever laid eyes on it was, and this might be 2 podcasts in a row, or no, Jaws, because Robert Bellini came out in the Jaws podcast.
Yes.
I can remember being in Robert Bellini's condo that was by the water. We had gotten off the water, and this was just on. And that could have been, I mean, this came out in 90, so that makes sense. Maybe it was on cable. That was on HBO or something like that. And I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I only been, my son asked me, when can I watch Goodfellas? Mark, way before Jaws. He'll never see Jaws.
Yes.
When can Sammy watch Goodfellas?
I showed it to Ellie when she was in high school.
Yeah, that's
now
right.
she's
Junior in high school.
Yeah.
A junior in high school. I've got the F word ranking. It's where it ranks all time in the number of F words said, and it's up there. It's a great one. But there's some violence in this movie that was ahead of its time. The language is great. The language is like almost a character in and of itself, the way they talk. I've got some great lines from Tommy. Tommy is an all-time movie character, but just a great movie that I can't wait to talk about.
You mentioned it, 1990, Bob. September it came out 35 years ago, directed by one of our GOATs, Bob. We've been in the GOAT category for a minute here, Martin Scorsese. We're going to run down his filmography. Good luck picking the best one or what his Hall of Fame plaque is. I'm not sure how you do it. De Niro, Pesci, Ray Liotta, Paul Sorvino, Lorraine Bracca. I mean, just a who's who. I mean, just fantastic cast. It shocked me, Bobby, at the box office. Only $47 million. It was only the number 28 grossing movie of the year. Does that shock you? Here, I assume you're hearing it for the first time, or is it just too violent, too R-rated, too what are we doing here for people to go see it?
I think that's what it is. God dang, I wish I could have known that. I would have done more research. Like, hey, what are the movies that are coming out around this? Did you look at any of that? Why is that? Was it just too much? Was it too much for people?
Well, it's a good year at the movies. I have no idea why this thing didn't make more money. Any idea what would have been number one, Bob, at the box office? Patrick Swayze. I'll give you a hint.
Not Ghost. Is this Ghost?
Ghost was number one, and that was, look, I was a senior in high school. That was a thing, man. I mean, seeing Ghost was a real phenomenon. Number two, Home Alone. All right, so that thing dominated the box office towards the end of the year. And then another phenomenon, Bob, number three, Pretty Woman. I mean, those are three massive major hits that for a period of time during that year just sort of dominated everything. I guess Goodfellas just kind of got lost in the shuffle there. Is the only way to explain it.
20 is not getting lost in the shuffle. That's being shoved down there.
28.
Yeah, those three movies, what do those have in common with Goodfellas? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe it was just too much. Maybe it was too much for people. Who knows?
Well, there's more, Bob. Here are some notable movies. Total Recall. A lot of dudes went and saw that thing. The Hunt for the Red October.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. That lady, she loses. That's all I think of a Total Recall. 2 weeks.
Bad. The Hunt for the Red October, Bobby.
Yes.
Now, here are some bad sequels that came out. Rocky V, which we have disavowed. It's not a part of the timeline, but it did come out that year. And interestingly enough, Bob, The Godfather Part 3 came out in 1990. I had no idea that this came out. It actually was more critically acclaimed, if you can believe it. It had more Oscar nominations than this thing, but a good sequel, Bob, in 1990. Young Guns 2. Bob, is 1990 the greatest year of all time?
Young Guns 2. No, it's not, because always be remembered. We'll always be remembered as the brothers that had a podcast that named all the best sequels and didn't name Young Guns 2. I will never live that down. Ever live that down. That was bad.
It's a bit of a miss. So didn't dominate at the box office. Not dominate.
How much did Godfather 3 do? Did you write that down?
I didn't write down what it made, but it was up. I mean, look, Godfather 3 probably had the hype machine of all hype machines going for it. Maybe that's the reason Goodfellas didn't do that well. Like, because if you're like, hey, a mafia movie's coming out, the Northern Light, the Golden Light of all mafia movies, the Part 3 was coming out, which had Pacino in it. It was not good. Did you ever see Godfather 3, Bob?
Never watched it once.
Good idea. I would stay away from it. So maybe that's people just went and saw Godfather 3 like, well, this sucks. Why would I take a chance on Goodfellas? I mean, Scorsese he was a known entity, but he wasn't quite, what he became. But only 6 Academy Award nominations, Bob. 1 win. If you had to guess, what was the win?
It was none of the characters. Probably adapted screenplay. Wasn't it from a book?
It is from a book, but Pesci won Best Supporting Actor, which I was kind of shocked. He won. Pesci won.
Again, I don't do the research on this because I know you're going to. I look like a boob doing a movie podcast about Goodfellas and not knowing he won the Oscar. That's amazing he won the Oscar.
It's amazing, right? That would never happen now. I mean, Pesci's like a sidekick kind of goofball. Like, you would think De Niro wins for... I mean, I could see Liotta win. I mean, Ray Liotta's really good in this movie. Even Paul Sorvino as Paulie. But Pesci winning, I think it's rightfully... I mean, he is incredible in this thing. I mean, talk about scene stealing. I mean, every time he's in there, he dominates. But, Bob, a movie I have not mentioned was the movie that won Best Picture. I know you've seen it. I think we've joked about it. It probably gets more grief than probably deserved, but I'm like, how did it beat this thing? Any guesses, Bob? Kevin Costner, Best Picture, this 1990.
Dances with Wolves?
Yes. How do you feel about that 35 years later?
I just don't know when I'll ever watch that movie again, but I think I guess I will watch it. I'm a national park guy now, Mark, so I like the United States and all of its splendor. So maybe I'll pop that on and show it to the kids. Who knows?
Not only did that win, but Kevin Costner won for Best Director. Beat out Martin Scorsese for this thing. I'm not sure. That did not age well. Bob, do you think the more we do this, Every time a lot of years, you do this and you're like, what the hell were they thinking? Should this be more like the Hall of Fame? Like you need a 5-year kind of cooling off period to see how these things sit and age. And we like this year, we should be voting on the movies that came out in 2020. Would you have any problem with that?
You know, there is a lesser known podcast that does very similar work than we do. Very similar work. They have a little bit more of a national platform. But I listened to their review of Forrest Gump. I don't know why. Maybe I was driving, long drives, looking for something. And you bring up a point because they talked about the life of Forrest Gump, the movie. It was like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is so cool. And then Shawshank and Pulp Fiction come out and Forrest Gump wins all the awards. And everyone is just like, I fucking hate Forrest Gump. There's no way it's better than this. And then it kind of comes full circle. It's like, just like we did. We wait a minute, just watch him again. And oh my gosh, this is great. So Forrest Gump, it would take 25 years for that thing to get the Academy Award again. So I think the idea is great. I don't think it could be come into practice. And Mark, just dropped my first F-bomb of the podcast. I made sure that I wasn't going to hold back. What do you think it is in the list of most F-bombs dropped in a movie? There is a list that's very easily attainable. Where do you think this ranks?
I feel like Tarantino's movies. Top 10? Got to be top 10, right?
Number 33. It said the F word 300 times. Of Goodfellas, Casino, and Wolf of Wall Street, what do you think is the highest frequency of the F word?
Oh, I think Casino was just very bombastic. I'll go Casino in an upset. Is that right?
Wolf of Wall Street, number 3 all time F-bombs. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Casino is number 9, and Goodfellas number 33. Number 17 on IMDb's top 250 movies. We've talked about the flaws in that list, but it's very good. Obviously, we all know that it won the Bedsi Ike Europaski, which is the Danish best foreign film. So we're back on this, and the Photograms de Plata, best foreign film from Spain. So they really, really like this movie. Here's what I would say as we get into some of the awards. One, I was very, very excited to watch this movie. I didn't look forward to watching Godfather. Thought it was more of a job. This one was just amazing. Some laugh out loud moments where I don't know if Scorsese knew we were going to be laughing out loud. He probably did. I have to imagine some of those Pesci lines have to be ad-libbed. There's no way there's nobody writing these lines. No. Right? It's just him riffing. But this is why it's going to get knocked down a peg. In our initial list, this is a top 5 movie. And it still might be close, but it was very interesting to watch. About halfway through, almost exactly to the minute, halfway through the movie, a scene that I know we'll talk about a lot when he kills Spider, which is an unbelievable scene. The movie just goes off. It goes off the rails. We thought, Jimmy's killing his crew. He's not sharing anything. Then the drugs get involved. Then prison, and then heavy drugs, and it's like, this doesn't feel good. Now, it's a true story, and I don't know how much of it is true. I hope you did the truth meter website.
I did. That's good. Higher than you'd think.
But it just was like, it made me. I love these guys. I wanted them to be honorable criminals, and then just drugs get involved, and it was just off the rails after. Not off the rails, but a little. The first half is so much better than the second half.
Yeah, I'm probably go a little bit further than you. I think the last 30 minutes when he's really spiraling, the helicopter scene, which, heads up on a helicopter rating, it's the spiral. And I've read Scorsese talk about this and read articles on it, that he was trying to show the mania that surrounded this guy's descent into drugs, into prison, into becoming the informant. And it captures it. It's uncomfortable watching it. And I agree with you. I think we talked about this. I almost want a Goodfellas that ends happy. I know these guys are criminals, but it kind of end with them on top almost a little bit. Do the Lufthansa heist. Everybody's partying. Cut. Scene to black. It'd be great. Now, I guess that's, not the show. You don't want to glamorize this. You got to show the whole story and how these guys end, which is always, always bad. But I would agree with you. I do think that ending part, however you want to take it, is what keeps it from being maybe my favorite movie ever. Because you're right. For a good 2 hours, there's not much of a better hang of a movie ever.
It's the best. The first hour and a half of this movie is absolutely incredible.
You mentioned it, Bob. This thing is based off a book, obviously, Wise Guys. Nicholas Pileggi, who will come up later. I hope you did your proper research.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you said you'd be interested in reading Mario Puzo's book, The Godfather, which, by the way, Bob, I have completed the offer. Excellent recommendation by you. That's probably the best recommendation you've ever given me on a TV series.
Well, time out.
Lily watched it with me.
Time out, Mark, because our good friend Jay Fresh is watching this. Now, Jay Fresh has had something hanging over his head for 30 years. And do you remember the movie he recommended was so high on? Do you remember
God, I'm gonna shoot myself because I can't remember it. In the Night, Dead of the Night. What was it?
We Own the Night.
We Own the Night. Terrible.
We had watched it, I think, together, watched it at the same time. And then Jay Fresh, our man, calls us and says, "You gotta watch We Own the Night." And I was like, "Are we talking about the same movie?" We talk about it every time we see each other. We talk about it multiple times on this podcast. The offer is a recommendation from Jay Fresh. So are we saying right now?
Hold on. Jay Fresh. Pure redemption for Jay Fresh.
So we are not allowed to talk about the recommendation of We Own the Night anymore because of his recommendation of The Offer?
I'm willing to bury it because The Offer, outstanding. Look, anytime I can find a show that I can watch, you're writing this down, you can do the executive order. Hold on, here we go. All right, for those of you just listening, this is executive order saying we can no longer criticize Jay Fresh for his poor recommendation due to The Offer, which Jay Fresh, outstanding. My wife loved it. Here's a fact to it. I had no idea Lily had never seen The Godfather. Now, I know Mary probably has never seen this, but as we're going through the show, she was kind of asking questions like, well, do they do that? I'm like, wait a minute. You've never seen this? So we go, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what would be better. I don't, like watching it after knowing what the movie, that was kind of cool because we just watched The Godfather. So it was kind of cool to see all this, but we've got on our plans is we have a lot of time now around here, Bob, to watch The Godfather. I mean, we're gonna watch The Godfather, which I think will be enjoyable. But yeah, but any event, I think I got off on the book side track where they talk about the translation of the book to the movie, and Mario Puzo and Coppola in that show are just fantastic. But you said you wanted to read it. Would you want to read Wise Guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Although I'm just bummed at how it's end. The Godfather combines Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. So this is, I don't know if there's much left to the imagination. I know Hendry is going to just end up in a yeah. Yes, I would like to read it, but it's a bummer knowing how it's going to end.
So real quick, Bob, is it Hendry with a D in there? Hendry?
I've got it in Bob's big questions.
Okay.
If you ask it now, have you ever met anybody named Henry and not call him Hendry? We've got a kid on our baseball team, and I have to catch myself. He's a 10-year-old of calling him Hendry. I gotta call him Big Hen, so I don't say Henry. Hendry. It's Hendry.
Well, on that note, I know the name Karen has kind of taken a different connotation. But if you were talking to somebody named Karen, don't you want to say, "Shut the fuck up, Karen"? Don't you just want to do that?
It's a great quote. It's a great quote.
Bob, there's a couple actors in The Godfather and Goodfellas, namely De Niro. You also get Frank Civerio, who's Frankie Carbone, Bob. But it would shock you to know there's only one human walking the face of the earth. Well, I don't know if he's still walking the face of the earth, that appeared in, it's called the Holy Trinity of Mafia content. You've got The Godfather, Goodfellas, and The Sopranos. One man, guy by the name of Tony Lip. That's his actual God-given name, Tony Lip, not the name from the movie. Tony Lip has appeared in all three. Now, he's bit parts in The Godfather and Goodfellas. Kind of a main role. He's Carmine Lupertazzi, I think he was, in The Sopranos. How about that, Bob? Would you like to be Tony Lip? Would you think Tony Lip pays for any beers at a bar when he kind of whips his story out?
Are you sure that, what is it, Joey Walnuts? Are you sure he's not? I thought he was. Tony.
Yeah, he's in Goodfellas, but he's not a Godfather. I know who you're talking about. Paulie Walnuts.
He's not an extra in The Godfather? Are you sure?
No, I looked too. Yeah, I looked because I thought, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Paulie Walnuts.
Paulie Walnuts.
Yeah, Paulie Walnuts. Yeah, he's not in it. Bob, you asked the question, how accurate is this movie? Now, it's kind of two categories on it. As I was doing the research on it, it starts out 95%. Highly accurate. I'm like, wait a minute. It says for the events that happened. The whole Billy Bats thing happened. The Lufthansa heist happened. His drug addiction happened. His thing as an informant happened. All these things. Now they changed some names around, so they knock it down to 72%. But as far as the events that this thing covers, this all went down, right? I mean, these dudes did all this stuff, which I think is kind of wild, right?
So Tommy busted up Billy Bats, and then Tommy didn't get made and shot because of what he did to Billy Bats? That really happened.
I don't want to speak all the way to the end, but they do talk about the Billy Bats murder. So I guess we can assume that part, but I didn't specifically read that.
And Jimmy had all these guys, hung up in the in the meat locker for buying fur coats and pink Cadillacs.
Yeah, and I can't wait for your beef about Jimmy Conway, which I kind of agree with, Bob, to some extent.
He's got no honor. Whatever.
We're going to do this right now, Bob. Scorsese. I want from you, Bobby. This is one of the GOATs. I want his best movie. And I was out of a select crew. Not his Hall of Fame plaque. We can do that as well. But what is the best movie Martin Scorsese has ever made? Starts out 76, Taxi Driver.
You're gonna go
80.
I got the list here. You're going to go through them? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give the highlights. Taxi Driver. Raging Bull. Color of Money. You probably didn't write this down, Bob. The Michael Jackson Bad Video. That is up for contention here.
Incredible.
The Last Temptation of Christ. Goodfellas, which we're talking about here. Cape Fear. Casino. Gangs of New York. The Departed. This is sick. Shutter Island. Wolf of Wall Street. Those are the contenders, I think. If you got others you want to throw in there, if you've got his list. But I think of that, is it Goodfellas? Is that his best?
I think it might be Wolf of Wall Street. I got Stranded, Desert Island, and I got one movie to take. In his, it's Wolf of Wall Street, correct?
It's a good question. It's almost like he takes Goodfellas, which I think is the comic book version of The Godfather, and then is Wolf of Wall Street the comic book version of Goodfellas. Like, it takes it just to, like, more unserious. That whole scene with him and Jonah Hill rolling around with the Quaaludes is wild. I think until I see it again, I'm gonna stick with Goodfellas. But like Wolf of Wall Street is highly, highly entertaining.
Oh my god! And it's got Leo. It's as you went through that list, I was just trying to not take myself out of the moment here. It might be Wolf of Wall Street. This last act, I don't love as it's same thing as the tailspin at the
goes
end.
Bad. Yeah, it goes bad. But it kind of ends a little happier, right?
Yeah.
Like the actual guy, Jordan Belfort's there, sell me a pen.
Yeah.
So if you go Wolf of Wall, but is Goodfellas this guy's Hall of Fame plaque, or do you go back even further?
I think it's his Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this is kind of it.
Shoot, Goodfellas might be behind Departed, Wolf of Wall Street, and Departed, but this is his Hall of Fame plaque.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you Departed is really, really good, too. But I'm going to stick with good until I see these other ones. And Casino, I think Casino gets lost in the shuffle a lot. Because I think they just kind of...
I like The Irishman. You didn't mention The Irishman. I like The Irishman.
Do you? You come down good on The Irishman? It was so long. It came out maybe it came out during COVID. It was just so long or something. All right, Bobby. This is going to be a challenge. I think the biggest challenge of doing scenes is divorcing them from quotes. We might just have to do the quotes with the scenes. I kind of like the way we did it last time with The Godfather. Well, I'll take us through. You fill in the gaps. All right, if I miss something. But memorable scenes. This is going to be hard. I'm still torn on a few of these. But I think the first memorable scene of the movie is the flashback of young Hendry. I mean, I think it's really good. You get the scene with the mailman, which is classic. He's answering phone calls for Paulie. You get to meet Jimmy, a young Tommy. You meet Jimmy. It kind of ends with a scene of him getting pinched. Some really good stuff in the flashback, Bobby. I assume you enjoyed that.
First, a montage of Henry growing up, mailman getting beat up, Henry gets pinched. Yeah. 100%. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
It's just class. I love when he makes the quote. He goes, after that day, not only did I not get any report cards sent to my house, nothing was sent to my house.
My mom actually had to go to the post office to see what was going wrong.
Awesome. You go to the Bamboo Lounge. Now, this is memorable, Bobby. You meet the crew. Jimmy, give me a little Jimmy 2 times, Bobby.
Hey, I got to get the papers, get the papers. The best part to get the papers, get the papers. So me and Bobby LaCitra, whenever we would golf together and we'd have like a 2-footer that was a gimme, you'd have to putt it. And then every time you missed it, I've got to get the papers, get the papers. We were on number 13 at Coral Oaks, and I had to do it like, I got to get the papers, get the papers, get the papers, get the papers. I just couldn't make this 3-footer.
When we did Happy Gilmore, which by the way, Bob, have you seen Happy Gilmore 2?
Not yet. I'm going to show my son, and I haven't found the time.
He'll probably like it. I don't know. I'll wait for your thoughts on that. But I mentioned in that, like, Bobby LaCitra literally to me is Adam Sandler, with the one exception of Jimmy 2 times get the papers, because you guys just did that relentlessly.
No.
Just
hey, you got to get the papers, get the papers.
nonstop. And the scene culminates in just an incredible, the funny like a clown, I amuse you, which probably is maybe the most memorable quote of this whole thing. There's the unbelievable meme to this day of Ray Liotta laughing, which is undefeated if somebody does something funny and you tweet that out. Bob, this funny like a clown thing, he's throwing 1,000,000 miles an hour during this scene, right?
Maybe the most iconic scene of this movie.
It probably is, right? I mean, it's incredibly, I don't think it's the best. I still think I have some other ones I like.
Yeah.
But as far as memorable, like when this thing was happening, I'm like, I forgot it was so quick up front in the movie. I was just so excited to hear it again.
It's incredible. It's probably my favorite scene of the whole movie. And then when it culminates, so you want to crack under pressure. He just can't even breathe. He's yelling so much. It's awesome. Awesome. What do you mean? What do you mean funny? Like ha, like a clown? I mean, how many times have you said that with your buddies? A million.
It's definitely the most quoted part of this, I would think, right?
Yes, for sure.
The Copacabana scene, which is incredibly memorable for the long tracking shot. I love this. I love the music, and then he kissed me. That whole thing. The way they did it, it's like almost him entering this world and her along with it, like trying to piece together, wait a second, who is this guy? He's handing the money. They move him right up front. Although I will say, and we have talked about this, the one part that took me out of the scene is during her voiceover. It's like I couldn't believe the guy was 21. I had to rewind it. I go, wait a minute. You're trying to put off on me that Ray Liotta, who's not a young-looking cat, no. You're trying to tell me this guy's 21. Did we need to do this, Bob?
No, and that means she's around 21, because I started writing down, like, why does she live with her mom? Why does she live with her parents?
Exactly.
She's 21. She's 21, 22. Yeah, it's a weird cast. I don't know why we need it. We don't care about the accuracy of this movie. Like, what do we care? Like, just say he's 28. I mean, even at 28, I would say there's no way he's 28 in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, he looks. I didn't look to see how old he was, but
he's 36.
He's 36. Okay.
Yeah, 36.
Yeah, 36 looked 40.
Oh,
right? I mean, he looked old. 21.
But that was, I think, when you talk about the peak of the movie, the peak of their powers in this movie, it was that. It's just so awesome. He's greasing guys. He's greasing guys with 20s. I know what 20 is today in this, from 1963 to here. He was greasing guys pretty good. It's such a good scene. I know the "Do you think I'm funny?" But this is the single track shot is so good, so good.
What is that? A Bob's Big Question? But what is $20 worth back then? Did you do it?
It's a Bob's Big Question. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll wait till Bob's Big Question.
This is a small scene, but it's a funny thing. When Henry beats up Karen's neighbor, the guy roughs him up, and my favorite part of it is he walks over there, and the guy's like, "What are you doing, tough guy?" And he's just beating him with the butt of this revolver, and then he points it at his buddy, and the guy just goes, "Don't shoot." I thought that part was funny. Bruce.
Bruce is going to come up a lot in my place. I mean, there are guys, listen, every tough guy is going to meet up with is going to meet up with a tougher guy, right? It's what you're always hoping. You're always hoping the bully in your town meets up with a bigger bully. But everyone has to have that instinct of, this is not the guy I'm going to mess with. And Bruce should not be messing with him. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
Oh, we move into the aforementioned Billy Batts killing, Bob. You want to talk about lines. The shine box, little bit. Here's a funny one about Ellie in a little bit. You know, well, you insult them a little bit. So I say that all the time, to the point where Ellie will say this with her friends, and she's like, Dad, no one gets what I'm doing. When I go, just a little bit. I'm like, well, Ellie, because I'd done that before she had ever seen the movie. I'm like, this is from Goodfellas. I assume your 12-year-old girlfriends have not seen Goodfellas, but that line in and of itself is just amazing.
Billy Bass is like, what do you mean? You insult him a little bit. No, you didn't. A little bit.
Go get your shine box, which, not like, funny like a clown. I mean, shine box gets thrown around with the boys, right? And the scene, and I know I'm taking some liberties here, but this might be my favorite thing. The late night dinner at Tommy with Mama Scorsese. Bobby, run me through some of you're our quote guy. I mean, run me through some of this. Had to be ad-libbing, the hoof, it's a sin, this whole thing.
Now we're going into quotes here, so I want to get it right, because I am in a plane and I don't know what's wrong with my ears. I can't, my AirPod, I gotta jam my fingers on my ears when I'm on this airplane. I need some of those big, like, rap style headphones.
Yeah, there you go.
Here. And he goes, well, look at this place, beautiful. We got one dog goes one way, one dog goes the other way, and this guy saying, hey, what do you want from me? And I just lose it on the plane. And he's so proud. You want to give the fact about Tommy's mom?
What's that?
That's Martin Scorsese's mom.
Yeah. His parents are in this movie. Yeah, that's Mama Scorsese.
And the painting is painted by
the author of the book.
The author of Wise Guys. But one dog looking the one way, one dog looking the other. This guy saying, hey, what do you want from me? And the painting is just great, because that old man with that white beard, it's exactly what that man is saying. He's like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
That guy looks like somebody.
He got his foot. He got his foot caught in a, what is it called? It's called a paw. It's called a paw. No, it's called a hoof. Oh, it's a sin, Ma. Ma, there's blood everywhere. Let's take this.
Oh, my God. Do you think that's what I would love to know?
No way.
Was that supposed to be funny? The one, did he make all that up? Like, did Scorsese write that? Was he intending for this to be maybe the funniest moment of this movie? Like, under the radar?
The same guy who made this made Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street is a comedy. Are you kidding me? There's throwing, little people that, like, this is the same guy that directed the movie. Of course it was meant to be funny. There's no way that the writers were in there and they're going to say, paw, foot, hoof. They're not going to do that. I don't think they're telling him to say one dog looking this way, one dog looking the other way. The one guy's saying, hey, what do you want from me? No way. But yes, he intended that to be funny. And she's so sweet. He goes, what do you like? Ma, why did you get a girl? I get a girl every night, Ma. I get a girl every night, Ma.
I come home to you. I love you.
Girl. I got you, Ma. Yeah. So good.
Unbelievable. It's probably my favorite scene, just because it's so funny and memorable. The lines are just stupid and moronic and hilarious. But we move on, Bobby. I think the next memorable one is kind of the first thing. Well, there's two scenes with Spider. They're gambling with Spider. They're, kind of giving him some hell. And he shoots him in the foot, right? Which would be just traumatic. They don't flinch. They just keep playing. But the follow-up with Spider, Christopher from The Sopranos, Bob. Did you ever complete watching The Sopranos? I know you're kind of in and out on it. No. But you know who Christopher is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Christopher Moltisanti.
Are you going to the second scene with Spider, or are you sticking on the first?
Yeah, I'm going to the second one where they kill him, but you don't want to get there yet.
Stay on the first for a second, because Tommy says...
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so he shot him in the foot. What is it, a big fucking deal? Don't make a big fucking deal about it. I'm still going out. At the end, he says, I'm still going out. So good. I'm still going out. I shot him in the foot. Big fucking deal. I'm still going out.
Now, the lines when Christopher I got to call him Christopher, when Spider mouths off to him, and they're all like, ow, ow, and Jimmy's like, you going to let him talk to you like that? And he kills him. And the look on Ray Liotta, Hendry's face, is he just can't even believe what happens. But then take us through the dialogue, Bob, about digging a hole.
No, yeah, Jimmy's like, lot of balls. So, shoots him, kills him, shoots him a couple times. He's dead. I'm a good shot. What do you want from me? Jimmy goes off. Ray Liotta goes off on him. He says, you're digging the hole. I'll dig the hole. You think it's the first hole I dug? I don't give a fuck.
It's exceptional. And there's like a little line in there. I think Frankie Carbone goes, after he goes, I'm a good shot. He goes, hey, you're about 5 feet away. I mean, it's just.
Do we have a problem? No problem. No problem.
Oh, rest in peace, Spider. What a turn of events there. Just shows you the deranged, maniacal way these guys operate to just shoot somebody, continue playing cards, and then just kill someone. Hey, what's the first hole I ever dug? Let's go dig a hole. I'm still going out.
I'm still going out. Hey, now, so pause right there. It's literally word for word every scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scenes. Tell me how many more scenes you have. When I told you this is where the movie goes off the rails after he kills Spider.
Not many. I got about 4, but I'm stretching. I'll walk you through them. I'll walk you through them. But I agree. You're getting to but I still really like, which my next thing is, when they go to prison, the whole dinner scene, the cutting of the garlic, when he just talks about, for most guys, prison sucks. For us, it wasn't that bad, except I didn't like not hanging out with Jimmy. And he's like, we own the joint. And he's out, he's getting this. But it's the beginning of him getting into the drug business. But I do enjoy, he's, Paulie's sitting there cutting it. He has a really good system, you let the garlic dissolve. But I enjoy that.
Yeah. What else? Because that's
the Lufthansa heist. The Lufthansa heist is you get Sam Jackson, number one. Stax is in there. The pink Cadillacs, the fur coats. And you get, which I think most people who, talk about these movies say is the greatest smoking scene of all time, with De Niro, Jimmy Conway, with this menacing look I wrote down the name of the song, Bob. Cream, Sunshine of Your Life. It said, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, which is really cool. And then the montage of the dead bodies, which you've kind of alluded to, in the freezer, in the Cadillac, in this and that. But to your point, I guess do you want to bring this up now by Jimmy Conway, Bob?
Yeah, so the story of Jimmy Conway is he puts together this well, they all put it together, right? They've all got their ways to do this, but he's he's the capo, he's the head guy or the head guy of the operation. It works. They get paid, and I get it. You don't buy pink Cadillacs and fur coats, but he didn't pay anybody.
Yeah.
Like Maury, he owed Maury money. I get it. It's funny, the phone cord and his toupee falling off and everything. But Maury got killed because I want my money. Fuck him in the ear, fuck him in the other ear. I want my money. And all these guys never got their money, and then he just kills them all. Like, no real honor. That was, again, they were a crew. They looked out for each other. Yes, they kicked back to Paulie, but now they start doing drugs. Not back to Paul. The money that Ray Liotta is making off drugs, he's kicking up to Jimmy. Jimmy ain't really kicking up to Paulie. So, yeah, just the honor amongst the thieves really went by the wayside, which, again, they're all thieves, they're all crooks, but it's like, man, I want some honor in this. And there was no honor in this.
Bob does not like the scruples of Jimmy Conway.
No, I'll dig a hole. You think it's the first hole I dig? I don't give a fuck.
I'm still going out.
Now
the next scene is it's a small thing. I just like it for the memes of when Tommy gets whacked. When they walk him, that's Scorsese's dad behind him there, Vinny. And then you get the scene of De Niro crying at the payphone, which you get a lot, and it's him just banging the thing and kind of realizing that it's out. But then look, the last 30 minutes of this movie is his drug-fueled mania, where he's running around getting away from the helicopter. Which, by the way, Bob, is a great segue to the helicopter rating. This helicopter is a prominent device in this movie. I don't care for it. It's annoying, but it's a big part of the plot, Bob. So where would you come down on the rating here?
Yeah, it's a very popular helicopter in a movie. Everybody knows what it is. It's a 62, which is, listen, if it was just that, it's in the 40s. But what makes this go up, it's not going to be my eBay thing because it's not from the movie. But one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life is I'm maybe at an airport or whatever, and there is a car with one of those windshield covers that stops the sun from coming in, and it's Ray Liotta peeking over the thing like this.
That's awesome. That's clever.
It's amazing. And he's looking up at the helicopter. He's all strung out. He's looking up like this. That's what moved it to a 62 because that played a part in that windshield. And go back to the scene. I love the scene after he slams the thing and he tells Henry that he's dead, they don't know how to console each other. They're just like monkeys. They don't even know what to do. They don't know how to
Yeah.
console each other. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But
Oh man.
that scene. That's the only scene that I wrote down after he kills Spider. That's what kind of led me to this thing of like, man, after Spider's done, it's just not the same.
Well, we mentioned a lot of them, Bobby. Where would you come down on your favorite of this whole thing? I'm going to go with the Billy Bats into eating dinner with Mama Scorsese and the one dog looking this way, one dog looking that way.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, I would agree with you. I don't disagree.
We combined a lot of quotes, did a lot of quotes. There are a lot of these quotes that you use, a little bit or funny like a clown. And any ones, Bob, that you would like to call out or highlight that we didn't catch within the scenes? Because I almost felt like the scenes and the quotes were so intertwined with this one. It was hard not to do. But what do you got?
Always used to do this one. He's like, security, you're looking at him. I'm the midnight to 8 man. I'm the commandant. I don't know why. Me and Lucifer used to say that all.
That's our guy from Dumb and Dumber, right? That's what's his name? The guy that they kill with the pepper.
With the peppers and everything.
Yeah.
You got fuck you, pay me. Business is bad. Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
Lightning hit the building. Fuck you, pay me. Fuck him in the ear. Fuck him in the other ear. That's Maury. Saying that to Jimmy. You insulted him a little bit. Go get your Shinebacks. Here's an arm. Here's a leg. Here's a wing.
That's good.
Ray Liotta's
That's good.
throwing up. Got to get the papers. Get the papers. We talked about that. Never rat on your friends. Always keep your mouth shut. And then the scene as they go to they do the heist. Comes back with Johnny Roast Beef. Comes back with the pink Cadillac. It's just constantly. But it's in my mother's name. No, Jimmy, you don't understand. It's in my mother's name, and it's so good. I don't know if this is written or acting. Jimmy's every time he says it's in his name, Jimmy says something, and then Jimmy stops talking, and Johnny Roast Beef goes, "No, it's in my mother's name. You don't understand. It's in my mother." It's in my mother's name, and then he just walks out. He stops talking, and that's how the conversation ends. It's so good.
Oh man.
Yeah, those are it.
Memorable stuff. 35 years, Bobby. Other than, look, we're based on a true story here. That'll be the first one I'll give you. Things that hold up. I mean, I got a lineage here, but I always love, based on a true story, largely accurate, so that's good. What do you got?
Do you want to go? I didn't even look at this yet. The Kevin Lawhon Award for the most obvious what holds up. What is it? What do you think it is? Scorsese?
Probably Scorsese. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, something. Yeah, that pairing of Scorsese, De Niro, Pesci, right? I mean, because they kind of reenacted a few times. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, No Phones holds up. I would love to be. What's his name? I would love to be Paulie. No, I don't have a phone. Like if you don't come talk to me, I'm not talking to you. It's not that important. To be that important to not have a phone would be incredible. Greased judges. I love having greased judges in the pocket. Now, if you're going against somebody that's greased the judge, that's bad. A fixer. Henry's a fixer. That's what he is. He keeps calm. He's the guy that's talking to Maury while Jimmy puts a phone cord around his head. He's the guy that's trying to settle everybody down. He's the fixer. Busting balls. So Tommy and Hendry. So they're wiring the bamboo, the bamboo house? Is that what it's called?
Lounge, the bamboo lounge.
To burn it down, right? And just for no reason, they're doing like the napalm or whatever. And Tommy just looks at Henry and goes, looks like you're decorating a Christmas tree, you fucking prick. Like for no reason. I just love just busting balls.
Yeah.
It's so good. Realizing it's a man's world. This is a common theme to all of our movies. I mean, these guys can do whatever they want, and the girls still love them, no matter what. Karen just could not get away. That is a man's world. Being generous, just greasing guys everywhere, having the cash to do it, getting special treatment. Polaroids of events. They showed the Polaroids of, like, we did everything together, and it was all weddings and the Polaroids. It reminded me of the end of Wedding Crashers, which is great. Ordering a steak medium rare. What did he call him? Paulie wants a steak medium rare. And what did the big guy call him?
I don't remember.
Oh, an aristocrat.
That's great.
You know what I love too? Only, every time they were together, they only ate when Paulie said, "All right, let's eat." Everything's ready. Everything's done. You know who does this a little bit? Uncle Jeff kind of big gets in the house. He's like, everybody's buzzing around. We're not eating. And then Jeff will sit down and then we all eat. So that's fine. He can have it. Uncle Jeff can have it. It's his house. It's his house. Drugs are bad. That holds up. I mean, drugs are not.
How about that, Bob? 2 movies in a row where now Paulie's not quite the Godfather level. He's more of a capo, but no to drugs. I mean, the Don and Paulie both knew this would be the end of them.
They knew it. They knew it. I love that. And you know what holds up? Bad vision. Jimmy, the baddest guy on the planet, has those glasses that makes his eyes look this big.
Yeah.
That's it, Mark. What else you got?
Soundtrack, just absolutely elite. Kind of a character in the movie. Always like a narrator. Here you get multiple. You get Hendry and Karen kind of alternate doing it. I loved when, I think it's in the flashback, when Leota's talking, and he basically explains that these guys are the police department for wise guys, right? Like, that's what they're there to do. He kind of explains it, and it had a place. I mean, it made sense as to what they were doing, right?
Where they're the police for people who can't call the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not always wise guys. That's some people, they just can't call the police. Yeah, it's good. Good.
The use of freeze frames. I don't know that it was just the first time a movie would ever just like freeze, to like emphasize and make a point. But I thought it was, I don't remember that, but I thought it was really cool. Yeah. You get the breaking of the fourth wall, at the end a little bit. I mentioned that the elite smoking. I mean, De Niro is incredible at that. A young Michael Imperioli, Christopher. It's always cool. Oh, there he is. To know he would go on to become. Pesci and De Niro. Those guys together are just electric, and the dialogue and all the ad-libbing, which I'd love to know what Tommy is doing in those scenes. To your point, Scorsese is good at creating this kind of stuff, but, man, when he gets going, he's just got to be going off the rails,
Has to be. We're still going out.
Other than Ray Liotta not being 21 or how they passed him off, Bob, any questions? I know you always have plenty.
I do, and these are plot questions, right? People have said, what's the difference between Bob's Big? Can you just shoot into a car? Like, they got the guy in the back, and they, stab him this, and then they shoot. Especially those old cars, they're probably not very well made. Can't you just, like, blow the gas tank up or shoot a tire? You can't just shoot in the back of a trunk of a car, can you?
That's a great point, Bob. Yeah. Again, Mythbusters. We need our own Mythbusters.
So this is my biggest beef of the movie, okay?
Can't wait.
So Tommy, he needs Hendry's help because I'm trying to bang this broad. And so they go out on this date, and Hendry stands up Karen, okay? So take yourself back. So Karen gets stood up. Tommy's with his date. Do you remember what happens next? Where do they go in the car?
They go to the deli, right? They go to Karen goes and yells at him.
Okay. Do you remember how the car comes in to that cab stand where everybody's sitting there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it come in and park nicely? Does it come in out of control?
Comes in hot.
It's Tommy driving. Tommy ain't worried. It's almost like they shot it like Karen was driving. They almost killed somebody. Like, you think Tommy is speeding up because Karen's mad that Henry's
good catch. Yeah, I didn't realize Tommy was driving the car. Yeah, good pickup.
That ain't Karen. You think Tommy's letting Karen drive the car? That's not happening. She gets out on the passenger side. Like, the car comes like almost runs into people, and people are all scared. What? That's terrible. Tommy's not going to do that, correct?
All right. Note for Martin Scorsese. What are you doing?
It's a miss. What are you doing? The quote, "No one goes to jail unless they want to." Show me the person that wants to go to jail. What are we talking about? Nobody wants to go to jail. Even though they got sauce and sausage, you'd rather be on the outside than on the inside. I don't.
Yeah, and all these guys wind up in jail at some point, it seems like. None of them want to go there.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so they put Billy Bats out there, and Jimmy's like, we got to go get him right now. They're doing an apartment complex. This is 1965. The place is run by the mob. You get Jimmy Doug the land grader out there, and he runs over and kind of moves around a body. You think he cares?
No.
No.
In fact, just go pay off. Like, go to the thing and go, look. You know.
You might see something here. No,
Yeah.
you didn't. No, you
No, you
didn't.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Doug the land grader does not care. So I don't think it's that big a deal to dig him up. Why doesn't Hendry live in a bigger house? They got a lot of money. Now, I know they redid it with the moving wall and the Chinese, decorations, down later in life. But why such little housing? Why it's so small?
Well, I think the time, right? But I think it was those guys were just trying to lay low, right? Because none of them were really, even Paulie's not really living extravagantly. He's just living in a normal house.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You didn't care for that.
No, I don't get that. So they say that they got the prints off of the steering.
For Stax?
Getting prints is a thing. When they go kill Stax, they're just grabbing knobs, they're grabbing doors. They're not as careful as you would think they would be. Where were fingerprints at this point in time? Could they lift fingerprints? Are they getting pinched but they can't get nailed for it? What's going on there?
Yeah, it's a fair point. Look, I think those guys are coming in and out of that apartment all the time, so the fact that their fingerprints are there wouldn't really mean anything. They know they just had to they just thought Stax was going to sing like a bird. But to your point, I mean, they know who killed him. So I don't know. It's we just had to handle Sam Jackson, give him some screen time.
And last thing, was robbing and stealing and heisting trucks and things of what they did almost too easy not to do it?
It seemed pretty damn easy.
There's no video cameras.
Yeah.
There's no way they're getting caught. Like, I can understand how they got a little drunk on the power that came with.
Well, and everyone's in on it. They're stealing it from a guy who's in on it, right? He just parks the truck, walks in, they take the truck,
Oh,
It did seem pretty easy, right? Like the way he's explaining it, it's like, well, yeah, why wouldn't you do all this? Once we're done with you, we just burn the place down and take the insurance money. Like, it just kind of doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's it. Any more questions you got?
Bob, Henry Hill, where do you stand on Henry Hill? We used to listen to Howard Stern quite a bit back in the day before he lost his mind, and Henry Hill would be on there from time to time. Where do you stand on Henry Hill as just the man?
Oh, it's a great question. I don't know. You want to, the right thing to say is he's a rat. He's a rat.
Yeah.
But I think if I was in the mob and they surveilled us, they would be like, Bob's our guy. He's gonna. I think I'd be right there with Hendry. No, but I'm going to say it with my man card in hand. I'm going to say he's a rat, and I hope he dies.
Bob, you've kind of intimated at this question, but so in your opinion, Maury deserved the cash?
Yeah, it was his. Yeah, now you don't do it the way he did it, but like that was his money. He helped set up the heist. Jimmy, pay him. Like, come on.
So you think Jimmy's just not doing it because he doesn't have to? He's the big ball there. Just I'm not paying you, Maury.
I'm not paying you. Well, then that's just bad. It's just bad business. It's just bad business.
Bob, in the scene where Karen comes to see Jimmy downtown, and he's like, "I got some coats for you, just down there, just a little bit further, further." Was he going to kill her? Was he going to have Karen killed there?
I guess, but what's the point? I always wondered what's the point of killing Karen. Okay, does Karen know something? But you kill Henry. You don't kill Karen.
Which brings me to the biggest question. Paulie interacts with Henry knowing he's already been arrested. This is when he gives him the cash. Now I got to turn my back on you. Why on earth is Paulie not killing Henry at that point in time?
It's the first note. It's the first note that I wrote on my recap. It says Vito greater than Paulie. Paulie's weak. Paulie, yes, he doesn't use a phone. Yes, he doesn't do this. But Paulie was weak. You can't let these guys get out of line like this.
Was Tommy out of line for killing Billy Bats, Bob?
Well, obviously you can't do that. You can't do that. He's a made man. You're not. There's rules. Listen, everybody complains about rules. Listen, there's anarchy if you don't follow the rules. You got to follow the rules. Even if you don't stop at stop signs, there's going to be accidents.
I just made this one up, Bob. Would you like to be a made guy? Would that be good?
Meaning being made guy, doing what I do now, or in the mob? Yeah, I'd like to be a made man in the mob because you can't get touched. Now Billy Batts is saying, hey, that's a raw end of the deal. Yes, he got his, but I got killed. But yeah, I'd like to be a made guy. I've got some questions on that.
The rule. What about in your world, Bob? Is there a version of a made guy at work?
Yeah, I think the more money you make, you probably just tell people to F off. You probably do that. Short of uncompliance. Like you can't. No matter the highest level guy, if they cheat, steal, or something like that, they're fired immediately. But pretty much you can do anything else if you're producing.
Yeah, it's kind of the virgin. Bobby, let's hand out some awards. I've got some new ones here for you today, a little play on last week. But we're going to start with the Denzel Washington Award for the biggest badass in the movie. A lot of badasses here, Bob. Plenty to choose from. I'm going Jimmy Conway, Bobby D's character. Who do you think's the biggest badass?
You don't. So if you're going to go pick a fight on the side street, you're going to fight Tommy before Jimmy?
Yeah, now here is where so some of this is based on real life. Apparently, Jimmy Conway, his name wasn't Jimmy Conway, it was something else, was a badass. And apparently, Tommy was like 6'3". He was like this big giant guy. But in the movie, I'm going to say Jimmy Conway was Tommy was psychotic, but couldn't you he had the reach advantage on Tommy. I'm not sure about Bobby D. What do you got?
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like I've never been in a fight in my life, but I don't want to fight the crazy guy. I don't think I can match up well with the crazy guy.
So I go De Niro, you go Pesci. I like it. This might be a common thing. Did Matthew McConaughey award for the best scene stealer in the movie?
Oh, it's Tommy's mom. No doubt about it.
Mama Scorsese. Mrs. Scorsese. Has to be, right? Has
to be.
A new one. I feel like we need a drum roll here, Bob. The Don Corleone Leadership Award for the best advice in the movie. I've been so excited to say it. I was nervous I wouldn't be able to pull it out. It's Jimmy Conway, Bob, for me. Keep your mouth shut, never rat on your friends. That's the best advice in the movie.
I think that's it. I think that's it. I can't think of any other ones of that would even compete for that award.
Well, look, there probably won't be many. I mean, you don't get Don Corleone in every movie. You had Paulie, not even close. Yeah, Paulie. So Vito is 100 on the scale of leadership, Bob, and being a Don. Paulie,
41.
C-.
41. 41. Not good.
The big Tom Callahan Award for the best parent.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say it's Tommy's mom, but he raised Tommy. I mean, she raised Tommy. That's not good. If your resume is, "Hey, I'm the best parent in this movie," what do you say? All right, let me see your kids, and it's Tommy. So that's not good. So I'm gonna name a guy that's gonna come back here, and it's Hendry's dad. At least he was trying. I mean, at least there was some sort of trying. Now, eventually he lost him to the mob, but I'm gonna go Hendry's dad.
You gave me pause on Mrs. Scorsese, but I'm sticking with her. I'm sticking with Mrs. Scorsese, Tommy's mom.
You can't be that oblivious. The
Jenny Award for worst parent. Got to be Tommy, right? Insane.
No. Listen, what don't you need? You don't want your dad to be dumb, okay? And that might be the worst quality you can have. It's just going to be bad on all sides. And there's nobody dumber than Bruce, the tennis player, the old boyfriend. He's too dumb to be a parent. You have to know when to keep your mouth shut, and he doesn't. He's too dumb to be a parent, Mark. Too dumb to be a parent.
Don't shoot. Yeah, Bruce. Bruce might come up in the Terrence Howard Award for worst decision. We've laid out a few of those. This might be the biggest layup in the history of any award we've ever given, Bob. But the eBay Award from the item from the movie that you'd most want. I gotta think we can get a print of those dogs behind you there. Can we not?
we could, but I just love that snub-nosed Smith & Wesson Model 36. I love that small.
Oh, the little gun?
Specifically the one he uses to beat the shit out of Bruce with, which went on sale on auction site in London, and it sold for like £8,000, which I think, I checked the conversion rates, is like 150 million US. $150 million US. It was the actual prop gun he used. That little gun, there's nothing that can go wrong with it. There's no computer chip in it. It's just a solid killing guy for a real close range. It can't be that accurate from that far. That nose is only this big, but from about 5 feet from me to Spider, it's going to kill everybody. I want that gun. That's what I want, that gun.
Wow. A major upset. The painting by Nicholas Pileggi.
The name on the auction thing when I was looking it up, it said Hendry Hill's Neighbor Attack Stunt Shooter.
What a great title.
Yeah.
Man, the Terrence Howard Award for Worst Decision in the Movie. I mean, a lot of, like, Bruce picking a fight, Paulie not killing Henry. I mean, where do you go here, Bob?
Well, the first one is Sonny asking Tommy to pay his bill in front of everyone. Like,
bad move.
Sonny Buns. His name's Sonny Buns, too. Spider, you can't say go fuck yourself to Tommy. You just can't. You can't do that. And then Bruce, the tennis player. I think we split the award in 3, and I think we give it to those 3.
Bruce has been prominently displayed here.
Oh, yeah.
In this movie. All right, it's time, Bobby. The Goodfellas masterpiece.
Don't do the blah yet. I got one more award for the Edward DeLongshanks. I was just doing my job award, and there's two. You already said it. One, the mob. They're protecting people that can't protect themselves. Now, when the mob is done poorly, it turns into this. But the mob of, listen, hey, you're going to run this deli shop. Now you're going to give me a little bit of vig, but there's going to be no nonsense. Your curb's going to be clean. There's going to be nothing bad happening to you. Conceptually, it's kind of not a bad idea, you know? And then the other one for the Edward DeLongshanks, I'm just doing my job, is Henry's dad beating the shit out of him for not going to school. You can't not go to school. Like, you can't not go to school. You need your ass whipped if you're not going to school for a month. You can't do that and lie about it.
He's just doing his job, much like Edward DeLongshanks. Good addition by you. All right, well now.
Hold it.
Oh, it's still not even time.
I don't think we do this enough. You listen to all of our listeners out there. They're like, what? Edward DeLongshanks in Braveheart, he's a bad dude. But we just, as we were working it through in the podcast, we're like, I think he's just got to be that way. I don't think... You're the ruler of the most powerful country in the world. Like, you're not going to be nice. It's not going to happen. I think Edward DeLongshanks was just doing his job.
Look, I love Braveheart. We love Braveheart. It's fun watching the movie. It stood out to me as I was going through it. Like, I think we've been too hard on Eddie all this time because you're right. He's the king. It ain't, look, heavy is the head that wears the crown. The guy was just doing his job.
He was just doing his job, Mark.
Now it's time. It is time for Bob's Big Questions.
Mark, what would you rather be? A high-level mobster, a high-level made mobster, or the President of the United States of America?
Oh, a made guy. Not even close. I think being the President of the United States is one of the worst jobs you could possibly have. I mean, a made guy, the mafia, they just kind of, I mean, I think it's clearer what the objectives are.
But there's always I think you answered the too quick. I think you think that's the right. There's a possibility of always going to jail. I guess you could. There's no possibility the president's going to jail, right? I wouldn't think. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought the guy came pretty close this last go around.
I know, but he didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So, all right. So, a mobster over the U.S. Wow, our country has fallen.
Probably more honorable, right?
Yeah, it might be. Well, you never know. You need to watch the church sermon that I went to on Sunday. 30 million more people now say they believe in Jesus than like 15 years ago, and it's all Gen Z. It's all your daughter's age. There is a upswelling from the young people of like, we're not doing this nonsense anymore. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool, actually.
Pendulum, Bob. Pendulum.
The pendulum. That's right. All right. Do you think you've followed the 2 rules for the what's the award called? The
Don Corleone Leadership Award for the best advice?
Don Corleone Leadership. Mark, have you never ratted on your friends, and have you always kept your mouth shut?
I'm pretty good at that. As you know, I don't talk a whole hell of a lot, only when I have to. I'm a quiet guy by nature, really enjoy the company of myself. I can go a long time without talking to people. I can't envision a scenario, Yeah, no, I don't. I think I have held true to that advice, Bob. You?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, and
Yeah.
in the one time when I was tested by the law, okay, bring it back. Little story about me and Bobby LaCitra. A lot of run. We were in a Bell's. Okay, we were in a Bell's department store, and me and Bobby LaCitra, we had a stealing problem. We did. We just got into. I don't know if a lot of kids get into this. It was so easy stealing, and I stole. This is not making up. A pair of silk boxers from Bell's. Silk boxers. Put it up my sleeve. We leave. The security guard runs after us. I, the honorable man, stop. Bobby LaCitra runs his ass away. I didn't tell on Bobby. I didn't say, hey, there was another guy, an accomplice. I know where he lives. So the only time I was tested by the law, you know what I didn't do? I didn't rat on my friends, and I kept my mouth shut. And they threw the book at me in juvie court. They threw it at me, Mark. They threw it at me. So,
Good for you, Bobby.
yeah. All right, Mark. So he's passing out 20s going through the Copa there. What is that worth now? Closest to the pin in 2025. This was 1963.
$84.
$163.
Wow.
So think
Hendry.
Hendry.
Jeez.
Hendry. Now, I think I have to clarify what I'm asking the internet. I think it's like, hey, if you invested $20 in the S&P.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Because that sounds like a lot, but
Sounds like a lot.
don't check
But-
it. Don't check it.
Whatever.
He's just now. It would be weird if I went into the Copa today and I was like, "Oh, here's 100, here's 320s and $3."
Yeah.
But he was really greasing them up. Now here it comes. This is going to make you very uncomfortable. And I always tell people, I said, my brother's not cheap. He'll spend money on things that he likes. He just doesn't like a lot of stuff. So Mark? What do you tip the valet? Not on the company card. I don't want to hear this bullshit about, hey, I'm on a company trip, because I'm sure you're much more generous when Watson Pharmaceuticals is paying the bills. What are we tipping when you're leaving the Milton restaurant, the valet?
Probably $5.
I think that's probably not high. It's probably not low. There's people giving them singles. 5 is the minimum, right? That's the minimum.
Yeah.
All right.
And I can see my car. At Milton's, I was waiting for you because I can see the car. I can literally walk to the car.
Yeah, just give me the keys.
Yeah, just give me the keys. I'll still give you the $5. Just give me the keys.
All right, you check in. It's not checked in yet, or they take them. You're at a nice hotel. They bring your luggage up on one of them carts. What do you tip those guys?
That's probably, depending on how many, $10 or $20.
I think it's a
Yeah, depending on where I'm at.
well,
you know.
you're in a nice hotel already. It's
Yeah.
not, they're not bringing it up to the Hampton Inn. So
Yeah.
You're already in a nice hotel. So I think that's a 20.
Yeah.
What about the guy that cleans your clubs?
That's a $5. Yeah,
That's a
put the clubs on the cart. That's $5.
$100 restaurant tab, Mark. This is where the rubber meets the road.
The bill's 100.
Bill's 100.
20 at a 20 minimum. If it's exceptional, go higher.
Got to go 25, Mark. You got to. They don't pay any tax on these tips now. Think how rich they're going to be. Got to go 25. Got to go 25. That's what you got to do. Good job. You passed. I could tell you weren't that uncomfortable, so I don't think you were lying there. All right, Mark. You go to Hendry's wedding. Somehow you went to high school with him.
Yeah.
You're at the wedding. What do you put in this envelope that you're giving to the bride? How much do you think you're putting in there? You right now.
Today's dollars.
Today's dollars. What do
That's a minimum of $1,000, right? Otherwise, they're coming knocking on, like, hey, well, it's $1,000 minimum.
And even that, because only like 10 $100 bills is like nothing. Some of those envelopes, like
Yeah, exactly. I think it's whatever you got on you, you're throwing in that thing. Like that's a lot of pressure, that envelope.
yeah, I think it might be like $2,500, but it's got to be like a couple 20s in there. You got to get some thick money in there. Thick money in there. So they're getting their hair done. They're doing this. It's the first time that Karen is with these people, and they're just talking about everything. Mark, what do women? So I was just on a guy's trip, and some of the things we talk about, I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I talking about? What do women talk about on a girl's trip? What do they talk about?
Kids, probably us. Probably talk about their husbands.
All wholesome, nothing out of bounds.
God, it's hard to picture it, but it's got to come up. Hard to picture, but it has to. But it doesn't seem like it, you know? I like this vision of my wife that, all in the up and up. But I'm sure there's something going on, right?
I mean, I could show you the last 3 texts from our text thread, and it's the most god awful things you ever seen. Now, within reason, we're not. There's nothing, but it's very immature. It's very immature.
It's very immature. Well, guys are just naturally more immature, right?
So women aren't doing that at all.
I don't think women are as funny either, Bob.
Oh, hot take. I'll cut that one out on YouTube. I don't believe you at all. I think women are hilarious, Mark. Well, Nate Bargatze will come across my TikTok. The one he says, he goes, my wife says I never listen. And he's like, she's right. I don't listen much, but there's a very good possibility she doesn't say the things that she says she thinks she says. There's no way, and then he goes, there's no way it's mathematical possible that you're batting 1,000 and I'm batting over.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point.
So good. All right, last question, Mark, and this is a serious question because it seems very stressful. Is having a side piece worth it?
No, it's just too much work. I mean, Bob, look, to your point, all the things that I'm told to do and that I forgot this, I can barely handle.
It seems so stressful. It just doesn't seem worth it. I'm only a year into it. I'll let you know when I figure out if it's worth it. Just kidding.
Boy.
Just kidding. That's it for Bob's Big Questions. Good job.
Jeez. Well, you went deep. I like it. You had,
great movie. It's a great movie.
Some good thoughts there. All right, the Rudy Sack Award. Most emotional moment of the movie, Bobby. What gave you the feels?
One dog looking this way, one dog looking another, saying, "Hey, what do you want from me?" But him just beating the shit out of Bruce it just gives me so much. He's got that long leather jacket on, and Bruce knows when he's walking towards him, this is going to be bad, like really bad. And he still is running his mouth. So it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Bruce is just a 30-second clip, and that movie is just cleaning up. Yeah, I would the late night dinner at Tommy's. Don't shoot. Is just legendary, that whole interaction. And the Copacabana, the long tracking scene, really cool. I could watch that on a nonstop loop. All right, Bobby, the GOAT category. We've got one of the GOATs. Scorsese has done this. We think it's his Hall of Fame plaque. Would you want to see any of the other GOATs' version of this? I think you said Tarantino with The Godfather. Like, you'd like to see his little version of it. Is that where you come down on this?
I mean, it's just like, hey, do you think Tarantino can make a mob movie? He made a gang movie. Like, those aren't mob movies. That don't seem like mob movies. But man, I would sign up. You're telling me if Tarantino, his 10th film or whatever it is a mobster movie, you're not in? Oh my God!
Oh, come on, because Sam Jackson will be in it. So that'll be good. Does the movie need a different ending? We've lambasted it a bit. The movie's long, but not ridiculously long. I mean, it was only compared to The Godfather, it was like a breeze getting through it. I don't like the last 30 minutes. I guess you have to show it that there's the downfall, the ending of him going to witness protection. I can't even get good pasta anymore. I guess it just shows you that ultimately you don't win here. We've said we want a happy ending, but what do you come down on this thing? I know neither of us really care for it.
I want a different ending. I don't know what it is, though. I mean, you think Scarface, it can't end worse for Scarface. Yeah. The Godfather saga ends terrible. The Departed, I get,
That's cool.
It's cool, but almost everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Mark. So I guess these movies just, is there a mob movie that ends happily? I don't know. But I'd like to see it.
Probably not. Do better, Scorsese. Hall of Fame plaques. We did Scorsese, full agreement that it is Goodfellas, but maybe not his best. Might be a Departed, might be Wolf of Wall Street. Paul Sorvino's Paulie, no need to talk about that. This one I find interesting, Lorraine Bracco. When she showed up on The Sopranos as Dr. Melfi, I'm like, oh, that's Karen. But when I see her now, that's Dr. Melfi. So it's kind of like it's switched. So to me, she's the Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos. How about you?
It's Karen for me. Shut the fuck up, Karen.
Jay Fresh does a great shut the fuck up, Karen. Does he not?
And Jay Fresh loves the line, I'm still going out. He says a lot.
Ray Liotta's Hendry Hill. No need to talk much about it. But all right, these two guys, De Niro and Pesci. Whew. Well, let's start with De Niro. I'm not even sure how you quantify all this. Travis Bickle, Taxi Driver, Jake LaMotta, Mad Max. Well, not Mad Max, but Max and Cape Fear. Jimmy's probably the leader in the clubhouse with The Godfather. He is Vito Corleone. I mean, not bad. You know, the Meet the Parents character became pretty good. Heat. Are we wrong on Heat, Bob? I keep going back and forth with people on Twitter. I'm like, it's just, I don't think it's what everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, it's just okay. It's
just fine.
It seems like more people try to convince me that it's a great movie than it's just people saying it's a great movie.
Yeah. Ace and Casino. They talk about some glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Lorenzo and Bronx Tale. Yeah, it's not great. But Jimmy from Godfather, I think that's what's on the Hall of Fame plaque.
I think that's what it is too. A little bit.
Just a little bit. Pesci, man, he was something as Tommy. Tough to beat. You like his character in Casino better, Nicky?
I think it's
kind
more
of the same.
I think Nicky is who I think of. It's just he's Tommy on cocaine. I mean, he's Tommy up a couple levels, which it's hard to get up above a couple levels of Tommy. He is insane in Casino, and
really insane.
Yeah, really insane.
Billy Batts gets his revenge in Casino. Home Alone, and then I don't think you've seen this movie. For some reason, I think of him as My Cousin Vinny. It's a great part. I mean, look, he's Tommy or Nicky, but I could see a world where he's My Cousin Vinny. I don't think you've seen it yet, but you're going Nicky, it sounds like.
I'm going Nicky from Casino, but I bet you a lot of people's My Cousin Vinny, and I can't wait to watch it in this podcast. I can't wait to do it.
Bobby, what Hall of Fame plaques you got?
Best first line of a movie. This is a great category. So the first.
I always wanted to be a gangster. Is that what he says first?
Far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster, which is a great first line. So I'm going to give them to you. See how many you get. I believe in America.
The Godfather, which immediately came to my mind, might be one of the greatest first lines ever, right?
Yeah. Are you watching? This is hard. Are you watching?
Oh, is that The Prestige?
Prestige. Very good. Very good. Let me tell you what Like a Virgin is all about.
Is that Superbad?
Reservoir Dogs. They're around, so not as good. People are always asking me if I know Tyler Durden.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Yeah, we know what that is. Now I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his.
God, that's not Saving Private Ryan. What is that, Bobby?
Patton.
Oh, okay. That's a great line.
I was 12 going on 13 the first time I saw a dead human being.
Is that Stand By Me?
Stand By Me. Yeah. What's the best first line of a movie?
I'm going to go with I Believe in America.
Yeah. Or this one.
But this one's really good. This one's really good.
Far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. And
yeah.
Right, and then you're right into it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry. A lot of notes here, Coach. A lot of notes. All right, this is a great category. Best character name from the movie. Hang on. Anthony Stabile, Frankie Carbone, Mo Black's brother. I love that. It's like Mo Black's brother. Fat Andy, Frankie the Wop, Freddie No Nose, Pete the Killer, Sally Ball's brother. Another one. Ricky Eyes, Mike Francesi, Jimmy Two Times, Billy Batts, Spider, Frenchie, Joe Buddha, Johnny Roast Beef, Stax Edwards, Sonny Buns, Tony Stax, Johnny Cha-Cha.
Jeez. I mean, I've always liked Frankie Carbone just because I like the actor, but Jimmy Two Times is just the legendary. But all those, what was it? Who roast beef? What's the roast beef one?
Johnny Roast Beef.
Roast Beef.
It's in my mother's name. It's in my mother's name. You don't understand, Jimmy. It's in my mother's name. I love you don't see Sally Balls, but it's Pete the Killer, Sally Balls' brother. But they never introduced Sally Balls, which is so good. Like that has to be that he thought of doing that, right? That you don't know who Sally Balls is, but it's Pete the Killer, Sally Balls' brother.
You know, this lineup is great, but I almost feel like the introduction of the crew in Bronx Tale is better, right? Like that's a great lineup of dudes in that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe I should have I listed those out. Best mob wife, short category, and it's basically from 2 movies: Karen, Mama Corleone, Michelle Pfeiffer, Elvira Hancock in Scarface, Kay Corleone, or Sharon Stone in Casino. Just a terrible category.
I mean, Mama Corleone, I don't know if you ever heard her speak, so I think she completely understood the job. Mama Corleone.
Yeah, just turned her back. All right, Mark. Best mobster. Period. Vito, Michael, Sonny, Jimmy, Tommy, Hendry, Tony Montana, or Sonny from A Bronx Tale?
Man, I mean, look, we love the Don. Like, can we take Corleone out of this, the Vito?
Because he's
just too good.
You're saying he's no doubt he's the best mobster.
God, he was so good.
We could take him out. All right, so
let's just take him out of there. I love Sonny from Bronx Tale. I think Now You Can't Leave. I think Sonny is unbelievable.
What if we did Bronx Tale next?
I'm in. I'm
telling you, it doesn't have the star power that these 2 movies have, but it's just as good a movie. It's
good. And again, it kind of ends badly. You know, that whole thing, it kind of gets a little weird with Monique or Danielle.
Monique had a unique name like Monique or Danielle. All right, so you're giving Sonny from A Bronx Tale best mobster in a movie, sans Don Vito Corleone.
Sans Don Vito Corleone.
Okay, all right. That's it, Mark. That's all my Hall of Fame plaques.
Incredible. I don't know how you pick an MVP of this movie, Bobby. I'm not really
sure.
Scorsese?
I think it's Pesci.
Pesci is definitely you've never seen a guy like that up to this time. Just steals he's obviously in the movie way too much to be the scene stealer. He's incredible, though. It's almost like it's stranger than fiction. His lines are just unbelievable. From a performance, yeah, I think I just give it to Scorsese. Like, he somehow took The Godfather and one-upped it, kind of, right? Like, he just did the unthinkable, in a way.
I mean, if Scorsese is on Mount Rushmore and this is his Hall of Fame plaque, how can't he be the MVP of this one? You know?
I think it's incredible. Bobby, any podcast predictions? I don't have anything prepared, but do you have any predictions that you want to make for us? As the Cubs are imploding.
They are.
They are virtually melting. The Brewers are on a tear. Best record in baseball. I don't know if you want to go that route. You got anything else you got going on? School just started.
Well,
straight A's for Sam. What do you got?
So no, let's keep it away from the kids. I wore the Gator hat on purpose. A lot of college football banter going on. Okay, so how about this? Better record at the end of the year: the Miami Hurricanes, DJ Johnny G, or the Florida Gators? Mark.
Well, strictly based on schedule, I'll take the Hurricanes. Okay. I think it's a lot easier for the Hurricanes to get to 9 or 10 wins than it is for Florida. But look, they play each other. That game, where's that at? That's in Miami, right?
Bienvenido? Bienvenido a Miami?
Speaking of this, Bob, I think we've kind of kicking this around. So there's been some clamoring. I'm going to tease it out a little bit. I think we're going to do, probably in the next few weeks here, Bob, a football preview show, a football preview bonanza. We'll talk about college. We'll talk about pro. We'll talk about our teams. We'll give you some best case scenarios. We'll make some predictions.
I think
we'll see where we go wrong. I think it'll be fun.
We did this like not a year ago. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago?
Like 2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago. We got some good feedback, but then me and you looked at each other and be like, in order to be good at talking about sports, you really got to know a lot. You know, movies, you just watch it, you have your opinions, and you move on. We don't know about the key grips and the lighting and all that. We've admitted that, but you watch these guys on TV, and they're like, well, the backup left guard is incredible, so therefore, we're never going to know that.
No, and I'm not going to do that kind of research. I'm just going to tell you, like, to this point, I couldn't tell you who Miami is. I know Miami plays Notre Dame to start the year, and I know they play Florida. But this is how I want to do it. I'm assuming Miami's schedule is easier than Florida. I know Florida's got to play Georgia. They got to play Florida State, who has to be better. They're going to play Tennessee.
Yeah.
Do they play LSU? I mean, they're just going to play tougher people, correct?
Yeah, they are. And do we want to talk? Will we have a special segment on it was fun to think we had a quarterback for about 8 months, and now we have basically 32 of 32. How many teams are there? 32, right? Yeah.
32. You're out on Caleb. You're already out. We haven't even seen this guy operate in the offense.
No, but every talk show is just like, yeah, I have it on good authority that inside information says he doesn't know how to read, and he's thinking about starting to throw lefty because righty just isn't working out.
This is the kind of information you're going to get on the preview show.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is coming up. We got to get on that pretty soon here, Bobby. We're knocking on Labor Day's door here relatively soon. So maybe coming up.
All right. Yeah, to your point, I'm not going to research it. So yeah, it's fine.
No, this is going to be completely off.
Do you want to do it right now? You want to do it right now?
We almost did. Caleb Williams is bad, and the Hurricanes will win more games than the Gators is our initial thoughts. But we'll go deeper. We'll go farther. Bobby, it's been fun. Goodfellas. Been a blast. Talk to you next time on the podcast.